श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम् ॐ मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्त कौमुदीयं विरच्यते अ इ उन् ऋल् ऋक् ए ओङ् ऐ औच् हय वरट् लन् ञमङणनं झभञ् ढढ धश् जबगडदश् खफ चटथ चटतौ कपै श ष सर् हल् इति माहेश्वराणि सूत्राणि सु औजस् अम् औक्षस् ताभ्यां भिस् ङेभ्यां भ्यस् ङसिभ्यां भ्यस् ङस् ओस् आम् ङि ओस् सुप्. So next sutra is dvandve cha. Dvandve cha. Dvandve cha. Dvandve cha. Two pada sutra. Dvandve ukta sanya na. So as we saw in the previous sutra, Satrutiya Samasa, etc. In Dvandva Samasa also, the aforesaid Sanya, meaning the Sarvanama Sanya, should not take place, will not take place. Varnashrama so he is giving an example, Varnashrama Itaranam, otherwise it will be Varnashrama Itaresham, because Itara is in Sarvanama, so Itaresham it will be. Samudaya Sevayam Nisheda Natu Avyavanam. So only when you are talking about in a group, then there is this kind of for the whole group, this samudaya means the group. Only for the group this negation is possible, not for the individual words. Nacha evam tadanta vidhina sut prechanga. Therefore, there is no possibility of bringing sut based on this idea. We'll see this. This is a very important idea. Sarvanamno vihitasyamaha sut iti vyakhyana, because only for the sarvanama sut, sarvanama we bring in sut. Ami Sarvanamna Sut brings sut only for the Sarvanama Am. Okay? We'll come to this. This is a very important, beautiful idea. Dvandve Chatika. Sarvadini Tyataha Sarvanama Granam na Bahuvihutyataha Neti Chanurte. So from Sarvadini Sarvanamani, you will bring in Sarvanama, and from the previous sutra na Bahuvriho, we will bring in the na. Tadaha Dvandve Ukta Sanya na iti. Sarvanama Sanya ityartha. Ukta Sanya means Sarvanama Sanya, we don't have to have any doubt. Varnashrametranam iti. Varnashrametranam no bruhi dharmana sheshataha iti Yajnavalkya Smriti. Varnashrametranam, those who are different from the Varna and Ashrama, for them you should not tell the dharmas completely. That's the idea. Varna means the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and Ashrama means the Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. So, other than this, one should not say for the Mlechas, etc. You have to understand like that. Or the Sankara, Varna Sankara. Yajnavalkya Smritihi Varnascha Ashramascha Itarecha iti Dvandvaha. So, Varnascha Ashramascha Itarecha iti Dvandva Samasa. Okay? Atra Saranamatva Bhavat Ami Sarvanamna iti Sut, na Sut. So since it is not Sarvanama, then Ami Sarvanamna Sut will not apply here. Sarvesham, it will not become. Okay? Like Sarvesham, it will not become Itaresham. That's the idea. Samudaya Seveti. Dvandve Vidyamanani Yani Sarvadini Tani Sarvanamani Nasyuhu iti Nartha. So the idea there said is na to Avayavanam. That idea is, it says, Dvandve Vidyamanani Yani Sarvani. Whatever Sarvanama Shabda are available in the Dvandva Samasa, Tani Sarvanamani Nasyuhu iti. They won't become Sarvanama in the Samudaya. That's the idea. That's the idea of Ukta Sanya na. For the na, that is the meaning. Vidyati Kriyadhyahare Gauravat. So Ukta Sanya nasyad bhavati vidyati etc. He is not doing anything. No Kriya. There is no verb here in this statement actually. He says Gauro dosha. Why? किंतु द्वंद्वे सर्वनामसंज्ञा न भवति इति प्रधानभूतया निषेध्य भवन क्रियया एव द्वन्द्वस्य आधारतया अन्वयः भवति. You can take it. So since he has not given any kriya, without a kriya there can be no statement, so you have to see asti, bhavati, syat, etc. So he says sarvanamasanya na bhavati. If you understand like that, dvandve sarvanamasanya na bhavati, then pradhanabhutaya nishedhya bhavana kriyaya, the nishedha na bhavati, that na bhavati will be associated with the dvandva adhara. Dvandva na bhavati. Dvandve na bhavati. In the dvandva, based on the dvandva, it will not take place. That will be the anvaya. Dvandva adhara sarvanama sanya na bhavati iti aksharartha. The idea is the dvandva ara, based on the dvandva, whatever sarvanama sanya is said, that will not take place. Okay, dvandvasya sarvanama sanya na iti phalitam. So the simple idea is for dvandva there will be no sarvanama sanya. That is the simple idea here. Varnashrama ityadi samudayasya eva dvandvata natu avaya tad avayavanam. See, varna ashrama itara, these two words, three words, when they are brought in together, when they are concomitant, then you have this dvandva, not for individual words. एवंच एवंच वर्णाश्रम इतरा इत्यादि समुदायस्यैव सर्वनामत्व निषेधः. Only for the samudaya, the group of varna ashrama itara, that words group, not the word group, the group of people, only there the sarvanamatva is negated, not for each one of them. Itara will be sarvanama individually, not in the group. Natu tadadevanamiti vastu sthiti kathanam. So when the itara is there in the, see, when I am separating the itara, then that will be sarvanama. But when I am putting it in the group of dvandva samasa, it will not be sarvanama. That's the idea. Okay. No. Dvandva avayavanam sarvanamatva nishedha bhave varnashrama itara shabde itara shabdasya sarvanamataya tatah parasyamah suti sarvanama varnashrama itaresham iti syat. But wait. If the dvandva avayava, you don't do negate the sarvanama for the dvandva avayava, then what happens is varna ashrama itara, itara will have the dvandva. Then because it is itara will have the sut, ami sarvanamana sut. Since it is sarvanama shabda, it is in the group of sarvanama like itara, katara, tatara, etc. So he says, therefore sut will take place. Nacha avarna, but no, it will not. Why? Avarna anta sarvanamno anta angat parasyamah sud vidhanat iha chami ami pare itara shabdasya sarvanamatve api angatva bhavat na tatha parasyamah sud iti prakriya prasakti riti vach. Don't say that. See, only for the anga the sut is brought. When followed the anga, when followed by for that you will bring in sut. Not if it is not anga. This is not an anga. Don't say this. Don't give this excuse, lame excuse. Why? Tinachavachyam. Why? Sud vidhihi he I am angadhikarastha. This sud itself is in the angadhikara. So you should not say no. If you bring in sud, it is basically accepting that it is in anga. Okay, otherwise there is no anga possible itself. Tadascha padangadhikari tasya tadantasya jati paribhashya sarvanam antad anta adanta angat parasyama sudidi vidhiyate. So therefore, according to the paribhasha, pada anga adhikare, in the pada adhikara and the anga adhikara, tasya cha tadantasya cha, for that and that which has it in the end, for both the same rule will be applied. Now, based on that, sarvanamantad adanta angat, sarvanama adanta anga, followed by that you have a arm, then sut will be naturally prescribed. Tadasya. Therefore, varnashrametashya samudayasya dvandvataya sarvanamatva nishedhe api tad avayasya itara shabdasya sarvanamataya tadantangat paratvat amah sutyat. So though in the varna ashrama itara, in the samudaya, in that group, the dvandva group, it is negated, but itara if you bring in individually, it will definitely get the sarvanama sanya. Nacha evam sati dvandvasya tan nishedho vyartha. Then why do you have to negate it in dvandva? If it is itara is not in the group, in the samasa, individually it is going to gain. Then only individually, there is no point in negating it in dvandva samasa, etc. Right? So says dvandvasya nishedho vyartha syaditi ashankya. For that doubt, he says padangadhika, in the dvandva, negating it is useless. If you say padangadhikarastad adhikarat anyatra tasil traladi vidhau tan nishedasya arthatvat. See, other than the pada and the anga adhikara, when you bring in the tasil or tral saptamyaha, and Panchamyaha tasil. Panchamyaha tasil and Saptamyaha tral. When you bring in the tasil and tral, then this is negate. This is necessary. That is why we are bringing it here. Okay. Parahati. What this pada anga adhikare tasya jadantascha. Evittyanandaram shati sati iti shesha. Nasa evam sati. Like that you have to bring in this situation. That is the idea. Okay. Evam sati. When this situation samudayaseva nishedhe sati tadanta vidhina sut prasango naityanvah. Only in the for the samudaya the sut is negated. Therefore tadanta vidhi sut is negated here also. So tadanta vidhi sut will not come here in this samudaya also. Why? Kuta ityata. Why do you say so? Sarvanamna vityaseti. Avarnatadangat parasya sarvanamno vihitasya amaha suditi vyakshana dityartha. So how did we understand that? Avarnantadangat parasya. Avarnanta anga. Following the avarnanta anga, whatever sarvanama is there, for that sarvanama, whatever arm is there, that arm, for that sarvanama arm, sud will come. That is how we commented upon it. Prakrute cha varnashamitra shabdaha samudayad am vita. See here, varna ashramas itara. For that itara am is, it is not for the itara, it is the am is. For this varna ashramas itara, that whole group, the am is given. See, Dvandva samasa. When you bring in any samasa, what do? First you take these words, varnaha, ashramaha, itaraha. Okay, whatever it may be. Now you drop the sup. Okay. Now after you drop the sup, varna, ashrama plus itara, then after concocting it, then krutta deta samasa ascha, based on that you have to bring in the sup again. Only if you bring in sup or thing you can use it. So we have to bring sup. So when you bring sup, now varna, ashrama, itara plus am. The am is not for itara specifically, it is for the whole group, varna, ashrama, itara. Okay, so that is what he is saying. Iti samudayad am vita. For that whole group, the am is prescribed. Nacha sa samudaya sarvanama sanyaka, and that samudaya is not sarvanama sanya. We already said only for the individual the sarvanama is possible, not for the group. Dvandvasya tannishedha. Dvandvecha negates that. Itara shabdastu sarvanama sanyaka nattu tato vihitaha am. Itara is sarvanama, but individual avayava you can bring in am, but in the samudaya you cannot bring in am. The am is not for that itara, it is for the whole group. Amaha samudayadeva vidhana. He explicitly says am is only for the group, whole group. Atha na suditi bhava. Therefore there will be no sut. That's the idea. Avarnantadanga charanamnaha vihitasya amaha suditi vyakshyanetu yesham teshamiti atra vyapti. So if you are going to comment upon this in this way, avarnantadanga charanamna vihita ama sut. For the avarnantanga, whatever sarvanama is there, for that if you are going to bring in am, for that am we are going to bring in sup, then you have to bring in yesham tesham. There will be avyapti. Avyapti means under pervasion. Ataha avarnantadangat parasya sarvanamna vitasya amaha suditi eva vyakyam. See, avarnantad angat. Okay, avarnantad angat. Sarvanamna vitasya, we are not saying sarvanamna vita. Parasya sarvanamna vitasya. We are adding the parasya. Angat parasya sarvanamna vitasya. So only for that am we are bringing in the sutta. Therefore there is no problem here. Next sutra. Vibhasha jasi. Vibhasha jasi. Vibhasha jasi. Vibhasha is vikalpa, va, etc. Same meaning. Jasi when just follows. When just follows saptami. So when just follows, there is choice. What is choice? Ukta sanya choice. What ukta sanya? Sarvanama sanya. Okay. So that is what he says. Just adharam yat karyam shibhavakhyam tatra kartavye dvandve ukta sanya vasyat. When you are going to do dvandva, when just adhara, basing the just as the having the just as the base, when having the just as the base, if you are going to do the she, just she, then in the dvandva for the just she, there will be That will be optional. The chi is optional. Therefore, we'll have varnashrama itaraha, then varnashrama itare. Optional. Okay. So, dvandva completely negated. Here it is bringing a option for just. Shibhavam pratyeva bhasha iti uktam atah na akach kintu ka pratyeva. Only for the she, this is she bhavaksham. You are specifying very clearly. See, if you are going, the idea is, let us say, जसः शी स्यात् द्वन्द्वे कर्तव्ये. जसः शी वा स्यात् द्वन्द्वे कर्तव्ये. I could have just said, he could have just said that. But he is not doing that. Just adhara, she bhavakhya, all these heavy words. Why? Otherwise, what will happen is, if you are just going to say jasa she is vikalpa, then the akach also will be there. We don't want akach pratyaya. We have already given a big explanation why we don't want akach pratyaya and we want only ka, we will have only ka pratyaya. Though the idea will be the same, the word formation will be same, but that is akach and this is ka pratyaya. That is the difference. He says that is why he is giving a kintu ka pratyeva varnashara itarakaha. Varnashram itarakaha. Here also it is only for the samudaya, not for the avayava. Okay. Sarunamagrahana anuvartate dvandve iti cha vibhasha jasi tika. Okay, Sarunama and dvandva, both words are carried forward. Jasi iti avyaktiko nirdesha. Jasi, that is not a vibhakti. Jasi is not a vibhakti. Jas plus e is jasi here. That is what he says. Jasa plus e jasi. What does that mean? He says arsha saptamya look jasaha saptamya, that it should be jasi. That jasi instead of saptami jasi, he should have said jasi saptami. I said jasi saptami. That's not saptami actually. Saptami is look, it's only jasa. Just. Okay. Why? He says e shabdah e varna paraha san. When e is in the, when e is following for how? She. The she, ikara is what is referred to with the e here. Too complicated this, right? So that is why I say jasaha iti achaste, iti ikaram achaste, tadascha jasadeshe she bhave kartavyeti phalitam. That is how we are going to say just adesha when you are going to bring in she. That is the situation. Otherwise, jasi means when just follows. That's how we understand, right? So that only from this kind of breakup you understand all these ideas here. Jas adhara she bhavam. Okay, tadaha jasa adharamiti. Jas adhara yasya iti bahuvrihi. Jas adharaha yasya, that is the bahuvrihi samasa. Okay, now just sthanakam ityartha. The simple idea is just adhara yasya means just sthanaka. Just is the base word for which replacement of she. No. Jasi paratah dvandve saranama sanya vasyat iti eva kuto nasya avyakhya. As I said, when just follows in the dvandva samasa, saranama may take place. Simple. Why do you have to say just adharo? All these ideas useless, right? So he says she bhavam pratyeveti. Yedi tu akach syat tarhi tasya avyavadhana avyavadhayakatvat she bhavah prasajyata. If we are going to bring in akach, then we can just say directly like that what you said. Ka pratyetu sati tena vyavadhanena ukta dosha syat. If you are going to bring in ka, then there is a gap. So therefore there will be defect. Varnashram itrakaha, that's the word. Nacha akachi kartavye vikalpa bhave api sarvadini iti nitya sarvanama sanyaha kuto nasyaditi vacham. Okay, if you are going to bring in akacha, since there is no vikalpa, when you do akach, there is no vikalpa. Sarvadini sarvanamani will take place. So you will have to do compulsory. Why do you have to bring in choice? So for that said dvandvecha iti tasya nitya nisheda. You said nitya. Dvandvecha very clearly says there is no possibility for varna ashram etraha to have a nitya sarvanama sanya. Nacha dvandvecha iti nishedasya uktaritya avayveshu pravritya bhavat varnasham itara shabde samudaye itara shabda vyavasya sarvanamatva anapayat akach Durvara iti vacha. No. See, Varnashrama Itara, that the samudaya is what is negated through Dvandvecha, not for each avayava. So we can bring in akach pratyaya for itara avayava, accepting it, and then what? That is the problem. That is what he says, but that is a problem there. Why? Because dvandva avayava matre sundaradi visheshana anvaya abhavat kutsadi vakshaya abhavat. In the dvandva avayava, for dvandva avayava, you cannot say sundara or kutsa. Like this negation of sundara, beautiful, kutsa, bad, good, bad, both are not possible to be brought in as a anvaya for syntactical connection for the individual words of the dvandva. Okay, so he says, therefore, itaraka will not be connected to the whole group. So he says, anyatha avayabhya pratyekam ka pratyapati. Otherwise, each avayava will have ka pratyaya. You understand what? See, instead of say varnashrama itaraka, I will have to say varnaka ashramaka itaraka. That is how I will have to bring in. Etadeva abhipretya uktam bhashye. This based on this in bhashya it is said varnashrama itara shabde akach na bhavati iti. In the varna ashrama itara shabda akach will not take place. Very clearly, categorically he has negated in the bhashya. एवञ्च यदा इतरशब्देन द्वन्द्वं कृत्वा कुत्सिता वर्ण आश्रम इतराः इति कुत्स अयोगः क्रियते तदा क प्रत्यये सति वर्णाश्रमित्रकाः इत्येव रूपम्. So when we are going to negate the kutsa idea for kutsa means bad, the idea of bad for that one word, then the whole word, the whole group of word will get a ka pratyaya. Varnashramitraka plus supu varnashramitrakaha. So just okay, just yada tu kutsita itarakaha iti akach krutva. If you are going to bring in akach, you are saying, oh no, I want akach. For what? Kutsita itara. Kutsita, the other bad one. So when you are going to say, then it will be itarakaha. Okay. Now varnascha ashramascha itarakacha iti dvandve kriyate. When you are going to bring in the dvandva samasa for these three, then shivbhaga vikalpa syadeva. Then shibhava will be vikalpa. That's the idea. It will be choice of shibhava. Varnashrama itara, varnashramake, varnashramakaha, varnashramake, varnashramitrakaha, like that. Varnashramitrake, varnashramitrakaha, like that. Next sutra. Prathama charvataya alpa-ardhakatyapaya nemascha. Prathama charama taya alpa ardha katipaya nemascha. Prathama charama taya alpa ardha katipaya nemascha. Prathama charama taya alpa ardha katipaya nema. This is what we saw in the Gana Sutra. The same Gana Sutra is brought in here, but this is Ashtadhyayi Sutra. This is not Gana Sutra. Okay. Bring the difference between the Ashtadhyaya and Gana Sutra is Gana Sutra makes the Gana Sarvanama Shabda, but this Ashtadhyayi Sutra brings in choice for that Sarvanama Shabda. That's the difference. Ete jasa karye pratyukta sanya vasyu. So when you are going to, for these, when you are going to do jasa, then the aforesaid pratyukta, whatever sanya you said, the aforesaid sanya may take place. Va. Okay. Vasyu may take place optionally. Prathame prathamaha. Sesham ramavat. Prathame prathamaha. That is the form. The rest one, only in just the option. Other places it will be Rama. Okay. Like Rama. Tayab. Tayab is pratyaya. In the whole group, tayab is pratyaya. We already saw. Dvitaya, tritaya, etc. Okay. So tayab pratyaya tataha tadantaha grahya. Pratyagrahane tadantasyapi grahya. So when you say tayap, then tayabanta also should be accepted. Dvitaye, dvitayaha. So you have a choice there, optional there in the bahuvachana, in the just. Dvitaye, dvitayaha. Okay. Now, Shesham Ramavat. Again, the rest, there is no change in the others. The other places, it will be only like Rama. Okay. Now, neme, nemaha. Nema, ardhartha, half. Okay. So, neme, nemaha. Shesham Ram. Shesham? Not Ramavat, Sarvavat. Read it properly. The rest of them are like sarva. Why? See, nema is a typical sarvanama shabda which is said in the Gana Sutra. So it's a compulsory sarvanama shabda. There is no choice in the just only when in just. So in other places, name esmin, name asmat, like that it will have. Vibhasha prakarane tiyasya nitsupasankhyanam. So he says Vibhasha prakarane tiyasya idi tiya, dvitiya, tritiya, etc. There also when nit follows, you have to say this choice. Dvitiya, tiya is again another pratyaya. Okay, dvitiya, tritiya, second, third, etc. When we are going to say, then tiya is used. So there also you have to include, that also you have to include in the choice. So dvitiyasmai, dvitiyaya, dvitiyasmin, dvitiye, like that you have to have the forms. Sutra, Natika. Prathama charama iti. Vibhasha jasi iti anvartate. Vibhasha jasi, you are going to carry forward that. Sarvanamani iti. And sarvanamani, sarvadi sarvanamani. From that sarvanamani also. Tadaha ete iti. Prathamada ityartha. Ete jasaha means this prathama etc. in the just, when just follows. Ukta sanyaha iti. Ukta sanya means sarvanama sanyakaha. Ityartha. Tatra nema shabdasya jasi sarvanama sanya gane patat nitya prapta. So nema shabda is in the sarvanama. So in the Gana, Saranama Gana, when just follows, it will compulsorily have the Saranamatva in all the other places. Tad Vikalpo Atra Vidhite. Since it is there in the Saranama Gana, here it is read again to show that it is optional. That's the idea. नेम शब्दस्य नेद शब्द व्यतिरिक्तानां प्रथमादि शब्दानां तु गणे पाठाभावात् अप्राप्तेव सर्वनाम संज्ञा जसी सर्वनामकार्यम् इत्यः. So other than nema, the other words are not in the sarvanama gana. Therefore, here it is compulsorily brought in to give you choice. When there is no, it is not sarvanama. Why do you have to bring? There is no. It is not a sarvanama shabda. Except nema is a compulsory nema, sarvanama shabda, where you are bringing choice. This is not sarvanama sanya, where you are bringing choice when you encounter just. That's the idea here. Okay. अतः नेम शब्द व्यतिरिक्तानां प्रथमादि शब्दानां जसो अन्यत्र न सर्वनामकार्यम् इत्यः. So other than the just, for the other words other than nema, they won't have sarvanamakarya in other places except just. Shesham Rama. That's why he has to say Shesham Rama. The rest are like Rama. Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, like that. Okay. Taya Shabdo na Pratipadikam. Taya is not a Pratipadika. Taya is a Pratyaya. We already know. Taya Pratyaya iti. Sankhyaayam avayave tayap iti vihitaha iti shesha. Sankhyaayam avayave tayap, that is the sutra. The Sankhya in the number, with the number, with reference to the avayava, with reference to a limb, a portion of that, a limb of that, we have to use a tayap pratyaya, second, third, etc. Dvitaya, the second one, third one. Tataha. Tasmat pratyatvad hetoho. Because it is a pratyaya, प्रत्यग्रहण परिभाषया तदंता तदमतयवंताः ग्राह्य इत्यर्थ. So pratyagrahane tadantapi grahya. Based on this paribhasha, tayabanta also should be accepted. Dvitaye dvitayaha. So you have choice, dvitaye dvitayaha. Dvau avayavo yasya ityartha, asya ityartha. They have two parts. That's the idea. Dvitaya means something with two parts. Tayap. Yadyapi avayava samudayah avayavi tayap artha. Tasya cha ekatvad ekvachanam. See, second, with that with two parts, that with three parts. Now the tayab is not with to the parts. It is talking. It is with respect to the whole, not with the parts, not with the limbs, with the whole. But still, we are going to bring in the tayab, and there is ekavachana only. You understand what he says? See, hand has 5 fingers. But I am going to say, when I am going to add tie up, it is going to be for the hand, not for the finger. And how many hands? One hand. 5 fingers, one hand. 5 limbs, one hand. One avayavi. Right? So, if it is one, it is going to be in only singular. And just as plural. We don't have to worry about it. Why do you want to bring in choice for that? For that, he says, good question. Iti ekavachanatvad ekavachanameva uktam. So, since it is eka, it is one single avayavi, it is only should be in singular. Therefore, he says tathapi. Still, what you said is true. Still, yada udbhuta avayava bhedaha samudayah tayavarthaha. Udbhutattam cha vyakshata sanyaktam. So, udbhuta avayava means you want to explain some number, a particular number. So that, or manifest, udbhuta means manifest, amount of limbs, number of limbs. So there, or tada, then when we are going to say that udbhuta avayava bheda, when you are going to show the difference of the manifest limbs, then tada avayabahutva abhiprayam avayavena. Since there are multiple limbs for that avayavi, or avayabheda abhiprayam va bahuvachanam. Avayava abheda abhiprayam. Accepting the avayava avayavi abheda. In Vedanta, we say Shakti Shakti Mutor Abhedat. Like that here, there is a logic which you can use, which says Avayavi Avayavanor Abhedat. The limbed and the limbed, the limbs and the limbed, they are accepted to be one. So, accepting them to be one, multiple limbs, multiple limbed. Like that you see, and you can bring in the Bahuvachana. There is no defect here. Atra cha tayap grahanameva pramanam. How do you know that? Because you are accepting the tayap in the group. That is the proof. Anyatha tayabantad jasah eva abhavat kim tena. Otherwise, when there is no just possible for the tayap, any tayap, you need not have brought this vikalpa here, the choice here. Yeah, since the Sutrakara is bringing the choice, we understand that it is referring to the avayavi with multiple limbs. Charame charamaha, alpe alpaha, ardhe ardhaha, katipeye katipeyaha, ityapi prathama shabdavad udaharyam. Like prathame prathamaha, you have to take the other words also like this. There's choice for the other words also, charame charamaha, etc. Okay. Ardha shabdastu ekadeshavachi punlinga. Samamshavachi tu napumsalinga. Ardha, the half. Okay. So ardha, if you are going to use with reference to a portion of it, that half portion, then it is a pullinga. If you are going to bring in half of that, similar to not half portion, half of that, same half. So then you are going to show the similarity, then it is a napumsakalinga, it's neuter gender. Va pumsi ardho ardham same amshake iti koshat. Pullinga, it is ardha. Napumsakalinga, it is ardham. In the sense of same and amsha. Okay? Sama means similar and amsha means part with portion. Nema shabdasya sarvadigane pathaditi bhavah. Shesham sarvat. Why? Because Nema shabda is in sarvadigana. So, that is the idea. Vibhasha prakarana iti. Vibhasha jasi iti adhikare tiyantasya gne ngasi ngas ni iti eteshu nitsu pareshu saranavasanyavachyam kartavim ityartha. So, vibhasha jasi, in this adhikara, this tiya is there. So, then nit means ngakara it. Ngakara means nge, ngasi, ngas, ngi. When they follow, then you have to bring in the Saranama Sanya. That is the idea here. Okay? Dviti yasmai dviti yaya. Completely. Not just for one portion. Dviti yasmin dviti yaya. Dviti yasmai dviti yaya. Dviti yasmin, etc. Dvayoho purno dvitiyaha. 2 parts is dvitiya. The second one. So, dvitiya iti purane tiya pratyaya. Dvitiya iti purane tiya pratyaya. When you are going to talk something in completion, then tiya pratyaya is used. Ityadi iti, etc. means dvitiyasma, dvitiyat, dvitiyasmin, dvitiye iti. Ityadi shabdahartha. Okay, that's the idea. Now, evam tritiya. Similarly, you have to see tritiya. Tritiya also, nitsu, you have to see when nit follows, You have to bring in the Sarvanama Shabda. Arthavat Garanat Naiha. Patujatiyaya. Okay. Now. Nichudareti Shesha. Tre Samprasaranam cha. Trehe Samprasaram cha iti Purne Tiya Pratyaya. For three Samprasaranam also will take place and Tiya Pratyaya will also take place in the sense of Purana completion. Okay. Refasya Samprasaranam Rukaraha. For the Refa Samprasaranam is Igyana Samprasaranam, reversal of Equanach, I said. So, therefore, for Refa is the N. For N, Refa, Rikara is the Ik. So, we bring in Rikara. Samprasarana chaiti Puro Rupam. Samprasarana, one Rupa you drop. Okay. Nano, Rikara Prakara Vachane Jatiyar iti Patu Shabda Jatiyari Patu Jatiya Shabda. Prakara Vacha Jatiyar. To show this type, to show a type, you bring in the Jatiyar Pratyaya. Okay. Now, Patu Jatiyar. Very smart type it is. So, Patu Jatiyar. Okay. Now, Tiya is there. Patu Jatiyar. Jatiya. Tiya. Right? So, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Jatiya, Patu Jatiya. Right? That is why he is saying. Tasyapi Tiyantad. Since that is also Tiyanta, Nitsu Sarvanama Vikalpa. You have to bring in the Sarvanama choice with Nit. Smartsmin, etc. So, Syadityata. For that he is answering, no. Arthavad grahane na arthakasya. We are talking about only arthavat. When you are talking about something which has meaning, you cannot talk about something which has no meaning. Jatiyar, group of that, has a meaning. Tiyar, there is no meaning there. So, that is why paribhashya, based on this paribhasha, arthavaneva tiyo atra grishyate. A tiya with meaning is what is accepted, not without a meaning. Jatiyari tu samudaya eva arthavatvam natu tad eka deshasyati. Jatiya, jati, in the group, only in the group it has meaning, not in one portion of the group. So, that is not accepted. Nirjaraha, there is another word for the next sutra. We will see this. Om Purnamadah Purnagam Purna Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.